It's your girl, just Risa, with stories present and past, and a little sparkle and sass. Pour that iced tea, we're sipping it tonight. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell and stay tuned. And always remember, be unapologetically you.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Pas de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la j'arrête pour la vie. L'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. Me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. A kiss may be grand, but it won't pay the rental on your humble flat, or help you at the automat. Men grow cold as girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end. But square cut or pear shape, these rocks don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Tiffany's. Cartier. There may come a time when a lass needs a lawyer, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a hard-boiled employer thinks you're awful nice, but get that ice or else no dice. He's your guy when stocks are high, but beware when they start to descend. It's then that those louses go back to their spouses. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. I've heard of affairs that are strictly platonic, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. And I think affairs that you must keep Leosonic are better bets. If little pets get big baguettes, time rolls on and youth is gone, and you can't straighten up when you bend. But stiff back or stiff knees, you stand straight at Tiffany's. Diamonds, diamonds. I don't mean rhinestones, but diamonds are girls' best
Hello? Test, test, test.
Hello?
Perfect. Now you can hear me. I'm sorry. I don't know why my audio. I had to exit out of StreamYard and come back because it did. I don't know. Now you can hear me, and now I can start my actual live stream over here. So this whole live stream is about diamonds. And I'm curious, what do you guys think about when you think of diamonds? Because most people think about the sparkle and the glitter and the wealth, the rarity, the expense. That's what a lot of people think about when they think of diamonds. They also think about usually clear because they're colorless, but not all diamonds are colorless. If you did not know that, some diamonds are they're all different colors. You can have many, many different colors of diamonds now, and they even find them deep in the earth in different colors and shapes and sizes. But one of the things is not all diamonds sparkle. Not everything that shines has been formed. Diamonds, they catch the light, they reflect the light, they refract the light, and they shine when they're positioned just right. And it depends on what kind of light, on what they're reflecting. But appearance and authenticity are not always the same thing. So we're going to talk about diamonds, and we're going to address a couple of people that I need to address. Some things I need to address because Risa is so tired. Black diamonds are beautiful. They are. The chocolate ones are too. The chocolate diamonds are beautiful. They sure are. But so sorry, I click off my notes and go over here, and then I need to figure out how to do this better. Let me do this smartly instead of stupidly. And then that would be a better thing to do. Let's do it the smart way, the right way. Put my notes over here to the side where I can see them at the same time. And now they want to go away. And now they want to mess up. Oh yeah, that's what I get for wanting to come over here and mess with something. Oh man, my day today has been a little wacky. My day the last 72 hours has been a little wacky. So one of the things that there's three people that actually four things that I want to address. One of them is Snoopy 180. One is something to do with Ada and the scam involved with Ada. One is with V Goddess, and then with Darcy Diamond, with what happened yesterday on V Goddess's panel. That's the rundown for what we're going to discuss today. And then some interesting things about diamonds as well as we go. Because, we're Darcy Diamond. But I don't know why my computer just decided it wants to be a weirdo. Somebody's praying awful hard against me putting out my message, I tell you. That's what happens. I can wait for this to load and I can say what I need to say to Snoopy. So Snoopy, we talked a little bit yesterday on V Goddess, and I really want to make my own content. Has nothing to do with you guys. I don't want part of this drama and this mess. I didn't want to be a part of this drama and this mess. I asked you not to put that photo, or not to mention the photo of my husband Because when you say it's husband in the shower to see how tall he is, everybody's first automatic assumption is it's an inappropriate photo, when reality is it was a meme joke that is my sexy Sasquatch man. And that's why I asked you not to put that out. And I know you've apologized to me for that, but just for some clarity so people understand my side of this, I don't care who you want to go and expose. You do you, I'll do me. I'm going to give you distance and space and respect. And I hope you will bestow the same upon me. I have not been in your chat, especially I was blocked anyway. If you want to keep me blocked, that's up to you. I'm going to give you space though, because I know you got attached to me with something Maggie twisted, and it made a headache for you, and I've apologized for that. And this is the last time I'm going to speak on this matter, and I'm going to move on because I'm not going to do this. I don't want a part of this type of content on YouTube. That's not what I want. I do respect you in what you are doing, if you're going to do it the right way, especially. But just please leave me out of it is all I'm asking. Just leave me out of it. If you have to address something with me privately, message me and let's talk about it like adults, like we did the other day after the copyright strike thing, because we're adults here. We can all be adults. We can all handle things as adults. Some people out here act like the 12-year-old little girls that I teach at school, and they're 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old women, and that's sad in my eyes. But I'm not one of those people. And I think that's pretty much all. Like I said, my notes decided to vanish on me. I forget what all I wanted to say if I don't have it in front of me. I'm part of being a teacher, my structuredness. So this is going to make me quite angry if it doesn't pop back up. Alrighty. I hope all of this makes sense. This is about clarity. I don't want drama. Yes, there's space for everybody, and you have to learn how to coexist whether you want to or not. Some people are just going to have to get used to the fact that they don't like me, and they're just going to have to deal with it. And they can ignore me. They can block me where they don't see my comments, because that's what I'm doing to them. I'm not going to do drama. I'm not going to do the back and forth, the pull up Risa, the come on live streams Risa. I'm not doing it, especially not after what happened yesterday. That was not very fair to me, in all honesty, either. This is making me very angry at the moment. Are you kidding me? I think somebody's trying to hack into my crap again. I swear they do that. I was hacked back then. I wasn't lying about that. So, anyway, does anybody have any question on that with Snoopy? I will address it if you do have a question about that regarding with Snoopy. This is really making me angry. I apologize very much that my computer is being a weirdo. Oh my goodness me. I'm not restarting this live again just because something wants to glitch on me, I swear. I hate having dead space too. I'm sorry. Okay, while I wait on trying to figure out what is going on with my notes, I will go on to the next part that I don't need my notes for. I will see if I can pull up my notes on my phone instead of on my computer, because there's always more than one way to skin a cat and to do something. So we will try this a different way. Alrighty. One thing I wanted to, I don't know if expose or put out or whatever. This has to do with Maggie and with Ada and that entire scam fiasco. Okay? And it's something that I remember that I've been waiting to see if anybody was going to say anything about. And I've asked a couple of people if they remember this particular situation. And some people said yes, they did. And some people said they had no clue who or what I was talking about. And so, code interpreter session expired. What in the world? I'm sorry. Anyway, there used to be a mod on Mike's channel on the Music Recording Network Live, and her name was Linda Listens. And I'm curious if anybody remembers Linda Listens. Linda Listens. I don't know if she's still out here. I don't know if she changed her name to something different. I don't know if she completely left altogether. I don't know. I don't know if y'all remember her at all. So if you do remember Linda Listens, if you would and you are listening, type in my chat if you know who she is, or if you do know her, because she had a very interesting piece to the puzzle when it comes to Ada. Okay? And this is just something I remember in my memory. She talked on some couple of different channels about her involvement in this event. And make sure. Yeah, now we're clicking. So you weren't around. Yep, you weren't around for Linda Listens. Her name was Linda Listens. Linda was one of the mods with Murph, and I don't remember. I think she was more Murph, or not Murph, Mike, because Mike would always say something about Linda, listen. And some of you guys that listen to me, you guys were around at that same time in those same channels. When Ada had her incident and she ended up in the fake coma, and everybody was crying for Ada, and we need to help Ada. We need to pray for Ada. Ada, Ada, Ada. We had Jags singing for Ada. Ada, 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 Ada. People sending money for Ada, 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 Ada. What hasn't come out yet? Before all of this, in November of 2024, Ada was looking at eviction with her apartment, and that's actually when she first came on looking for help from people, because Murph helped her with something with getting a place to stay because she was in eviction court. And you can find this paperwork. You can find it. You can find the actual documentation. I've seen it myself. I've read it myself. It would take me a very long time to go and look it back up and try to find it again, but it's out there. So you can go look for the pieces. I'm telling you the pieces. You guys can go find it. Or if Linda's listening, I would love to talk to Linda. So, that's actually when she came around, was about November-ish of 2024, when she was getting evicted and she was losing her children with CPS. And we're Jag, Mike, Steph, Maggie, Murph, who all was involved, who all was even a part of that. There was a bunch of different people who were all a part of, not a part of it. I'm not saying a part of the scam and like they were a group, but they were networked together. They were connected somehow. Okay. And then we went into January and she was wanting help with her kids, and she was coming up saying her stories on her kids. And then the situation with Bonnie happened. And I am very close, good friends with Bonnie. She needs to be avenged for what happened with her. What they did to her is absolutely horrible. And so Ada supposedly overdosed and was in the hospital in a coma. Had tubes down her throat. They showed pictures of tubes down her throat with very poorly translated Spanish. That's how I knew it was a scam, because the Spanish was so bad. I was like, there's no way that this is a Spanish speaker that sent you guys this. Like, something's not right. A lot of us were saying something's not right. Something's not right. Something's not right here. Something's not right. They even said that she had to go have some type of a mini surgery so that she could breathe better. And the only thing I could think of mini surgery to breathe better wise was like a tracheotomy or something like that. Like, we didn't know. This is when Star and I were talking. We were talking about what the heck is going on over here. And this does not make any sense, especially if it's an overdose case and how all of this progressed. And then all of a sudden, miraculously, Ada woke up. She's awake, she's awake, she's awake. Everybody's crying, everybody's tears. We had the Jag song for Ada, all of that going on. In the background was Linda Listens. And a few other people she was talking to. I don't remember who they were. This is just my recollection of the story. And I know it's out. Some other people have it because she was on Ralph the Wise and on AT2 talking about her portion of this. Is one of the two that she did this interview on. And this was about maybe March, April-ish when she did this interview. And Linda was concerned when they said Ada had OD'd. And Linda was concerned about the children that she thought might have been in that home. Linda called a wellness check on Ada while Ada was supposedly in the hospital in a coma. The police officers, from my recollection of the story, went to that apartment and did this wellness check. This is like what happened to Polly, what Maggie did to you, Polly. Linda did, but she was really concerned about Ada because she didn't know if it was truth or lie or what was going on, and she was worried about if there were kids in that home. The police found Ada and her boyfriend at their apartment perfectly fine, while Steph, Mike, Maggie, Jag, everybody was sitting crying that she was in a coma. She was sitting in her apartment. There are police records you can find if you go look for them. I've seen them myself. There are police records you can find. Pretty interesting story right there. This is true. And this is Linda's story, and I hope we find her and she can come out and share more of it. Or if this was Ralph the Wise or any of his group, or if this was AT2, I don't remember which one of the two she was talking on, because it may have been both, and you guys remember it. I want you to think and see if y'all remember that story and what pieces you guys have, because you may have pieces to it that I've forgotten. Because I found that very, very interesting. All of a sudden, when Danny exposed that she woke up, all of a sudden, that was when the wellness check was done, because, they were going to get busted. And then Ada took off town and was hiding in the hot tub, and that's Danny burst that bubble that she was hiding in the hot tub. That's my common sense, piece by piece, is that's why she suddenly woke up, because the police did a wellness check and they were about to get exposed there. And I do know they made a considerable amount of money through that scam. I know this from Bonnie, who was the person who actually was getting scammed. So, just a little story there. If you guys don't remember that or did not know that, I wanted to share that. This will be the last I will talk about it, because I don't want to make this kind of content. I'm rolling all of this all into one big live stream, because I don't want to make this kind of content. And then I make another one, and I make another one, and then it's Reese's just wanting to make content about that. And she said she didn't. No, I don't. So I'm going to make this big long one right here and get everything out all at once. So I don't know. Does anybody remember that about Linda? I don't know if anybody else does. Oh, my notes finally pulled up on my computer. See, I thought maybe if I go talk about her, they'll decide to pop back up over here, where I can come back over here now. Yay! So, let's see. All right. So, yeah, I know y'all weren't around, and if you weren't really watching, you might miss the puzzle pieces, because this is a big, gigantic puzzle that you have to find all of the pieces to be able to figure out what really happened in things. All right. Let me pull up and pull this over. Sorry, I dropped it down, and here we go. All right. So now I want to address V Goddess and Darcy Diamond. Okay. So yesterday, unannounced to me, I guess it was scheduled to have a live session to roast and to expose Risa over on V Goddess's channel. And I guess that was the entire intent. After I was asked to come over there and speak. Okay, so after I was asked to be over there to speak, I was demanded, actually. First, I was demanded to go over there and speak. Wasn't even asked. I've never been asked. And I've told you guys, I will not be demanded to go to anybody's anything to go speak with somebody. That's not how I operate. You will not bully me into a conversation. And this whole, I can't talk to you on your channel, Risa, that's being a coward. It's being a coward. You don't want to talk to me. You want to drag me and you want to try to expose me. And if y'all don't like what I did back in the past, okay, that's fine. It happened. I admit to it. I admit my fault. But the way you're handling things out here, mm-mm. So I decided one thing you should not ever do is try to tell me what to do because A, you aren't going to silence me, and B, I'm an extremely sarcastic person. So if you tell me to do something and you think it's going to be a joke, I'll actually go do it because I was told to have my personal assistant call her to see if she could pencil me in. So I made this for you. Of course, it's got a buffer. I could probably pull it up off my computer. In fact, let's just do that. I doubt it'll buffer that much if I do it that way. Let's see. If I do it this way instead. La 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 la. There we go.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Darcy. This is Regina Phalange, personal assistant to Just Risa. We wanted to get with you about your request to speak with Risa. To clarify, Risa will not be participating in a live stream hosted on a third-party platform with additional participants, witnesses, or panel-style formatting. She has already experienced being brought into that type of setting and being unable to speak freely. That format does not allow for a fair or productive discussion. Yesterday, you personally muted her on the live stream for saying hello in the chat, and she left immediately. Then for quite some time, there were continued demands, initiated by you and echoed by others, for her to speak, under the assumption that she was watching. Risa was not. She was outside digging rocks in her flower bed, not sitting on standby for a live stream. For clarity, this took place on V Goddess's channel, not yours, and you were not on the panel, only in the chat, and Risa was not the topic of the content at that time. Risa will not engage in conversations on channels where she is muted, restricted, or expected to respond on demand. So if your goal is a direct conversation, it will be a scheduled, structured live stream broadcast on Risa's channel, or a dual live with another content creator serving as a neutral moderator, also broadcast on her channel. A conversation involves two people, not a panel, not witnesses, and not an audience directing the discussion. The choice is yours. If that works for you, we're happy to coordinate a time, but it will need to be mutually agreed upon as multiple parties and time zones are involved and we all have real lives. If not, we'll consider the matter closed on our end. Thank you. Have a good day. Goodbye.
So, I issued that invitation like she requested. She wanted my personal assistant to reach out to her. She never got back to me, by the way. Instead, she went over on V Goddess and thought they were going to do an all-day live stream, drag Risa, expose Risa day. And I just happened to catch the very beginning of it. I was available because I told you guys the times I was available. I did say I wasn't going to go on somebody else's panel. I chose to. That was my choice. I went over there and I went up. And V Goddess, you were very nice to me. Thank you very much. But I was not allowed to speak freely. I could hardly speak at all because every time I tried to speak, Darcy would start speaking or have these very long, weird pauses. And then I'd start to speak, and then she'd start to speak, and it just wasn't working that way. That's not how you have a conversation. And I feel like the entire thing was a setup to try to just expose me, which, you know, I told my part. I told what happened, and I stand by. I made mistakes. I admit that I make mistakes. Everybody does. We're all human out here, and we all make mistakes. But what happened over there was completely not fair to me. And some things that were brought up were completely across the line that should never, ever have been said. And this wasn't just a little live, this was like all day. Darcy, you sat on there for 11 hours talking about me off and on for 11 hours. Most of the time, I wasn't even present. I wasn't even there. I talked for a while. I said I had to leave. I had a funeral at my church for this little sweet lady that passed away. And then you know what? I have a life. My life and my time is not public property for you guys to dictate. What I did instead was I went and I took my son out doing driving school because we're driving and we're learning how to do driving school with driver's ed. We actually ended up going out to eat dinner. I posted these on my wall. This is why you were dragging me. I had this absolutely delicious dragon fruit margarita. Oh my goodness, that thing is so yummy right there. And then I had a very, very scrumptious steak and lobster meal. And me and my son had a nice little dinner together and got to talk about some things that has been going on with him and practice driving school. And we were out most of the evening driving around the freeways in Lubbock because he has to learn how to drive on a freeway. I wasn't sitting over there on V Goddesses listening to all of that all day long. I wasn't doing any of that. I was taking care of my priorities in life. What is wrong with you, lady? I don't get what is wrong. It really seems like you just, I'm looking for.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
You're so obsessed with me. You know, like my lore, except for parts of it you didn't because you have selective hearing.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
I don't get why you're so obsessed with me. I really don't get why you're so obsessed with me. Oh, hi, ElectroJed. Hi, how are you doing? I don't think I've ever seen you on my channel. I saw you the other day on the other ones. I've seen you around. Hi, Star and Polly, will be nice. Victim shaming. Yeah, victim shaming. Exactly. Victim shaming. And she sat over there. I have so many snapshots that were being sent to me or that I snapped myself of things that were said while I was not even there. I have a life. I have a husband. I have 2 children that are teenagers. I have a career. I get to choose when I'm going to engage. And then when I did start speaking over there, I was told I was interrupting. So then finally I said, fine, I will be quiet until somebody asks me a question. Mute me. And I sat there and I just listened to Jane and Darcy berate me for a while. I don't even remember what all they said because my memory is just like that. I just sat there. That's not a conversation. That's control. That's why I don't go on panels like that, because that's what happens. People lose their right to have a voice. Now, VG, I'm not saying this is your fault at all. You sat and you let them hash out, and I'm not going against you one bit at all. And I respect you and your channel, but I want you to know that Darcy tried to dox me in your chat at the end. If I wanted to, I could go strike that video because she doxed me in your chat. It's not your fault that a sub or a mod are doing these things that are going to damage your channel and damage your monetization. She's sitting over there in your chat going wild about me all day long of stuff that I could go report. If she does this to other people who aren't me, you're going to get flack for it. So I wanted you to know that. Yes. Risa, I'll catch the replay later. Okay, thank you, babe. Star, thanks, not dogpiling on me. Yep, exactly. We like to do the dog pile. Everybody likes to do the dog pile mess. Risa ain't going to do that over here. I don't do that. So, yeah, you doxed me, or tried to, misspelled my name. Yeah, I said my actual full name. I have that right. I didn't spell it. And I didn't point it out whenever I wasn't around. Those two things are different. I don't understand what is wrong with you, lady. I really don't. What is it that you're so obsessed about? I'm sorry that my name is similar to yours. I'm sorry that my nickname since I was a little girl is Darcy. But I've always spelled it with an I at the end. I'm sorry that that was my online persona for 25 years until I saw another Darcy out here that I didn't want to be associated with. So I switched to Risa. That's why I switched. Because of you. Because you tainted the name of Darcy for me. I don't want to be called Darcy out here. Because I don't want to be anything to do with, oh, they think I'm you. In fact, one time I had a misunderstanding. You guys pointed this out yesterday. You didn't let me speak on it. A misunderstanding because Odell got mad at you and he said, Darcy cam up, and that's all I heard. I didn't know he was talking to you. I had no clue. It was sent to me by somebody else. So I did a live and cammed up. I was Darcy to Odell because Odell and I had been in communication. It was a misunderstanding. You guys want to throw it under the bus and say I was wanting attention. No, I was going called up. I'm going to go 10 toes out. I have every right to do that as well. So, yeah, if you have any questions about anything from yesterday, Jed, I'll answer because I didn't even get a chance to really address any of the anything yesterday. They like to do that. So I saw a message that you put later on while I wasn't there, while I was eating dinner with my son, about my ugly tears. How dare you? Those tears are because you triggered my past trauma. And I think you did it on purpose. You crossed a line. You crossed a big line. My trauma is not someone else's story to tell. It is mine. You don't get to listen to me say it and then go tell somebody else your made up version and change things in it. That's what sick, disgusting people do. Creepy old ladies do that. My sexual assault should never have been brought up yesterday. If you're a trauma survivor, and you've ever been essayed in any form or fashion, you know what it's like when it comes out of the blue and you're not expecting it. You should understand where those tears came from. I'm a very strong person. I've overcome a lot in my life. A lot in my life. That has made me where I am today. But that was absolutely across the line. How dare you? How dare you even question if it was real? How dare you? When I came out here on YouTube to share my trauma story to help people like me, to share with young women who are 19 to not go accept a drink from a stranger at a bar because you don't know what they put inside of it. To share with that scared girl who doesn't know what to do after it the next morning when she didn't know what happened. Or how to handle those flashbacks that come back of the little glimpses that you do remember when you least expect it. You brought up one of the worst things that has ever happened in my life and threw it in my face like it was nothing. I don't get it. And the guy that did this, by the way, he lives a couple of towns away. He's now a defense attorney. His name is on a billboard. He's part of the city council over there. When I drive through that town, I have to see his face. No, I didn't go to the police because I was a scared 19-year-old girl at a Christian college who was embarrassed and ashamed and thought it was her fault. I never told anybody about this for a very long time other than counselors. I did call a rape counselor line. And eventually, when I met my husband. It's taken me a long time to heal from the trauma that happened to me that night. How dare you? And not only that, then you brought up my disability. And you even questioned me what it even is. But you know my whole life story, and you knew everything else about me. And you know all these heavy, hard drugs that I apparently take that you want to tell people about, but you didn't know what my disability actually is. Make that make sense? It seems to me you have selective hearing. You choose what you want to hear, and then you go twist it and tell people things that I never said. By the way, I have hereditary spastic paraparesis. It's an upper motor neuron disease. It's in the same category as ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and PLS, which is primary lateral sclerosis. It's similar to multiple sclerosis. I have to take medication every day just so I can feel good enough to get up and walk around. How dare you? And then you asked me if I was on actual disability. Who asks somebody that? Who does this? Is this normal? Is this normal? My answer is no. And no, I'm not on disability because I choose to work, because I want to work. I could go and retire right now and claim disability and get teacher retirement and disability because I qualify for it. I don't want to. I could go and get me a handicap sticker at the doctor's office in the DMV for my car. I don't want to. I'm not going to let my disability define me. I'm not going to let it take over, and I'm not going to let it win. And this is a daily struggle that you know nothing about, except you want to talk an awful lot about it. You want to talk an awful big game. You haven't even come on over here yet. You come over here and talk to me. You see. You talk an awful big game. My medical history is not for somebody else to tell. That is my private history, my private life. I get to choose what I share. You don't get to go twist it and go tell people that it's a lie. I've even put up a document that is from my doctor, that is my diagnosis, that proves that I have it. Yet you want to say that I don't. You guys are disgusting. You're sick and evil. Something's wrong with you. So, Darcy, if you have something to say to me, say it on your channel. Don't go use V Goddess's channel. Next time, I'm going to strike it. For you, not for V Goddess, for you. You're going to be the cause of it. You will be the direct cause. Because I will not take this anymore. If you have something to say it on your channel. Or you can come over here and talk to me on mine. You said you didn't want me over there on V Goddess's channel at the very end of the live stream. On the chat, you said you didn't want me over here we don't want Risa here anymore, V Goddess. That's her decision. She can have who she wants on her channel, not you. Who are you to dictate who is in somebody else's channel or chat? That's the creator's decision. If you're a mod, that's not your decision. It's the creator's decision. You've done this to me on Letitia. Letitia and I are friends. She'll tell you that too. You've told me, we don't want you here, Risa. It's not your channel. It's not your call. This is going to stop. If you don't want me there, okay, you can block me where you don't see my comments, or you can ignore me. But that's it. Because usually when you're there, I don't say anything. I choose to just not even engage. I have for a long, long time. Long time. And y'all say, I want attention. All of this is coming up because you wanted to expose me, not the other way around. So from this point forward, I want no contact with you. No response. No revisiting of this. I am shutting the door, and I am going to choose my peace, and I am going to keep my peace.
So cute, and I think it's so sweet how you let your friends encourage you to try and talk to me. But let me stop you there, oh, before you speak. I to the no, no, no. My name is no, my sign is no, my number is no. You need to let it go, you need to let it go, need to let it go. I to the no, no, no. My name is no, my sign is no, my number is no. You need to let it go, you need to let it go, need to let it go. I to the no, no, no. First you gonna say you ain't running game, thinking I believe in every word. Call me beautiful, so original, telling me I'm not like other girls. I was in my zone before you came along. Now I'm thinking maybe you should go. Blah blah blah. I be like nah to the I to the no no no. All my ladies listen up. If that boy ain't giving up, lick your lips and swing your hips, girl. All you gotta say is my name is no, my sign is no, my number is no. You need to let it go, you need to let it go, need to let it go. Down to the I to the no, no, no. My name is no, my sign is no, my number is no. You need to let it go, you need to let it go, need to let it go. Down to the I to the no, no, no. Thank you in advance, I don't wanna dance. I don't need your hands all over me. If I want a man, then I'ma get a man. But it's never my priority. I was in my zone before you came along. Don't want you to take this personal. Blah,
Blah, blah, blah.
I be like, nah to the I to the
No, no, no.
My ladies, listen up. If that boy ain't giving up, lick your lips and
This is for you, Darcy, right here. This is what you need to do.
swing your hips. That's all you gotta say is my name is no. My sign is no.
No.
My number is no.
No.
You need to let it go.
Let it go.
Need to let it go. My name is no. My sign is no. My number is no. You need to let it go. You need to let it go. Need to let it go. Down to the I to the no, no, no. I'm feeling untouchable, untouchable. I'm feeling untouchable, untouchable. I'm feeling untouchable, untouchable. I'm feeling hey, hey, hey. Feeling untouchable, untouchable. I'm feeling untouchable, untouchable. I'm feeling untouchable, untouchable. I'm feeling all my ladies, listen up. If that boy ain't giving up, lick your lips and swing your hips. Girl, all you gotta say is my name is no. My sign is no. My number is no. You need to let it go. You need to let it go. Need to let it go. Down to the I to the no, no, no. My name is no. My sign is no. My number is no. You need to let it go. You need to let it go. Need to let it go. Down to the I to the no, no, no. Untouchable, untouchable, untouchable.
No, I don't feel untouchable, so don't take that part of this. But you need to let it go. And no, I'm not going to do anything. You need to let it go. So yesterday, after that live stream with V Goddess, I did get emotional. I'm an emotional person. I'm a human being. That doesn't make me fragile. I'm actually very strong. Things like my trauma, like my assault trauma, brings back old wounds that open up hard. And I have a whole lot of other things going on in my personal life right now that some of you know, some of you don't. Like my grandmother, just a whole bunch of things right now, not just on YouTube. I have a life. And when I got finished, yeah, I had some tears. But my first thing I did was I got on my knees. I got on my knees because I know my God, He's got me. And I know my God is there to comfort me. So this is a song I actually, I used to sing this song back in high school. I sang this at a talent show. It's called On My Knees. It's by JC Velasquez.
There are days when I feel the best of me is
So, yeah, after that, I got on my knees and I prayed. What do I do? Where do I go from here? Because I feel like I have a mission from God to do some evangelizing on YouTube, and you guys know it. In fact, you guys were telling me yesterday that I need to go back to just doing Bible stuff and not dragging people and being in the black tea. By the way, I can do whatever I want. But since you wanted Bible stuff and not dragging people, you get your wish. Be careful what you wish for with Risa. Be careful what you wish for. That song actually was originally written by Nicole C. Mullen. I don't know if a lot of people know that. J.C. Velasquez is who sang it, but it's by Nicole C. Mullen. Not Nicole C. Mullen. Not Nicole C. Mullen. Yes, Nicole C. Mullen. Okay? This is Nicole C. Mullen, if you remember her. I actually got to meet her. I got to meet her one time at a conference, and she actually wrote that song. And I don't know, a lot of people might not even recognize that she wrote that song. And we're going to talk about her, talk about this and her again in a little bit later on. But she actually wrote that. And I think I have something mixed up on my music, but it'll be okay. So, you didn't break me. You may have thought that you broke me. You may have thought that you broke me, but you didn't break me. This is the wrong song. Let me find the right one, because I got out of order. Got out of order. Sorry, I got my song out of order.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but how your bullets make us say. Shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I'm a bomb. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I'm a bomb. I am titanium. Coming down, but it's you who have further to fall. Ghost town, haunted love. Raise your voice. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Far away. You shoot me
You didn't break me. You won't break me. No. So I am actually going to stop here, and I'm going to put my channel opener back up because I'm going to split this into 2 sections. This next section is going to be a completely different section. So let me find my opener. I'm going to come down. I'm going to put that on, and then I will be right back.
It's your girl, just Risa, with stories present and past, and a little sparkle and sass. Pour that iced tea, we're sipping it tonight. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell and stay tuned. And always remember, be unapologetically you.
And again, hey, it's Risa. So this is like a 2-part thing because so I was told yesterday that I need to do more Bible content. So we're going to do Bible content about diamonds now, because not all diamonds sparkle, and some teach and some learn about diamonds. So this is going to be just a little bit different heading into this next section, and what the Bible tells us about diamonds. So first, let me find it. Oh my goodness. Here we go. One of the verses in the Bible that talks about diamonds is Zechariah 7, verse 12. They made their hearts diamond hard, refusing to hear the law and the words the Lord Almighty had sent. A hardened heart resists. It's unyielding, closed off, not receptive to truth or to correction. A diamond heart isn't strength, it's resistance. What this means is the Lord had made their hearts hard like diamond, because diamond is one of the hardest substances on the earth, that they were stubborn, unwilling, unyielding to do what the Lord was demanding. It was a refusal to hear truth, a refusal to be corrected, and a refusal to be shaped. Another place that we see diamonds mentioned in the Bible. I know everybody's going to leave now that I'm talking about scripture, but that's just the way things go. They want tea, they don't want scripture, and that's sad. Is Jeremiah 17, verse 1. The sin of Judah is engraved with an iron tool, inscribed with diamond point on a tablet of their heart. And so God was saying that he used something very hard tipped. That diamond is the hardest thing to engrave and to hold on just a second. And it helps to embed things. So diamond can represent 2 different things with its hardness. A heart can be hardened like a diamond, or it can be something that is formed and that is set. So I'm a scientist. I'm a sciencey person at heart. I love science. I love learning about things. I love learning science stuff. And one of the things is I'm a chemistry teacher with diamonds. Diamonds form deep within the earth, and they are under extreme pressure and extreme heat. And you have to have conditions that are just right in order for the diamond to form. Otherwise, it's going to be destroyed. And it's actually created from carbon. And people might not know that. And what starts as something common, carbon, it's made with charcoal. It's made actually from living material, becomes something rare because a process took a long time to create it. Deep down in the earth, most of it was unseen for many, 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 many centuries until humans were able to dig down and find them. Real formation, it's not quick and it's not cheap because even glass can sparkle like a diamond when it's held up into the light. Sparkle is not a proof of value. How it's formed is. What Scripture tells us and what God tells us is that we can be formed and that we can be, you're actually here for this part of it, Polly? Awesome. So what God tells us in the Bible in Philippians, let me find the one that says Philippians. Oh, goodness. I can't see my pictures. Now I have to go find my picture. I don't know if that one didn't get saved down. Oh, snap. I had all these Bible verses, and I don't know where the picture went. That's just fantastically fantabulous. Isn't that how things work? When you actually want to teach and share something, and then you can't find what you want. That's Jeremiah. That's Matthew. That's Matthew. Oh my goodness. Give me just a second, please. Hi, Zoe. I gotta go find my picture. I actually don't know where it is, and I try to be all super prepared, and then I'm not. Let me go see. Where did it go? Philippians. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? You can listen. No. Oh, just a second. I'm sorry. This annoys me. I think it happens to everybody, though. Did you hear me the other day on one of those lives? I said, "Oh, shnikes." Like, Chris Farley. I caught myself. I re-listened to it, and I was like, did I just say that? Did I really just say the line from Tommy Boy? I did. I really did just say the line from Tommy Boy. It was like, for real, Risa, what are you thinking? Oh. I hate dead air time too. There it is. Go back. My computer is kind of stupid sometimes. Okay, here we are. This one. So in Philippians, Philippians 1 verse 16 says, "He who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Christ." So that's that weighting and that formation of the diamonds and how it forms us to be what God wants us to be in the end. Goodness, let me just go. My pictures didn't all save. Give me just a second still. Now everything wants to like be stupid. We're rocking and rolling now. One minute. Let me get all my pictures over here. Boom, 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 boom. I am so sorry. I really am. Okay, I think I've got it all together now where I can go back to where we were. Okay, so there we go. I am so sorry about that delay there. So, some science behind diamonds. What starts as something very common with carbon becomes rare, and this process takes millions of years. And millions of years. And when it happens, it's unseen. It's deep down in the earth. And real diamonds are not produced quickly. And they are not produced cheaply. That's what makes them rare. They take time. But two things can look identical, but their origin and their process and what's behind them is not exactly the same. Value is not just in appearance, it's in formation. So we can take diamonds and then we can also have something that looks similar, but it not actually be diamond just because of how it was created. And sometimes things take time. This verse in Philippians 1:6, God forms us. Where'd it go? God forms us, and one day he'll bring it into completion to his ultimate design. He forms us, and we are kind of like clay with God. He uses us, and there used to be a song group, Jars of Clay. If you used to listen to Jars of Clay back in the day, you loved Jars of Clay back in the day. God tells us in 2 Corinthians 4, verse 7, we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that the surpassing power belongs to God and not to us. That's 2 Corinthians 4, verse 7. And that clay can be flawed. Diamonds have flaws. If you think about it, the clarity of a diamond is based on its flaws. A jeweler will take their little jeweler loupe and look really close into the diamond and try to find all of the little flaws whenever they are trying to grade it to tell its value. And the flaws sometimes do affect the value and they bring that value down. Sorry, my son closed the door in there. So we have this treasure in this jars of clay, and we are imperfect vessels for God, but we hold something real. And let me say this clearly, we are flawed. We are all flawed. I am flawed. I'm a sinner. I am flawed. And by the grace of God, my sins are washed away on the cross. But sometimes we can also have things that look like diamond and it's a fake. So there's also fakes out there sometimes. And I have a little funny anecdote about my kids at school. They come to school and they have these gigantic earrings in their ears. With these great big old diamonds, and they will swear, Miss, oh, Miss, these are real. And I'm like, no, they're not. Oh, yes, Miss, this is real diamond. No, it's not. I'm like, if those are real diamonds, you're wearing a carat in both ears. That means both of those earrings are about 50 grand a piece. And common sense comes in, and they want to realize, oh, okay. Because we have other things that look like diamond, that wants to pretend that it's diamond. I mean, you even go get your jewelry appraised to make sure it is real diamond, because there's fake diamonds out there. And sometimes the fake diamonds can look sparklier than the real diamonds. It's kind of really interesting how all the light works with the like structure within, here goes my science knowledge, the structure within how all of it's created in that atomically, how it makes the light look differently. So amen, God has a divine plan for all of us. He sure does, Polly. He has an absolute divine plan for all of us. So what else we see is, any moment now. Oh no, there was an issue with my file. Well, that's not good. What's the issue with my file? Let me try again. Didn't show you. Somebody doesn't want you to know about Matthew 7:16. And in Matthew 7:16, Jesus says, you will know them by their fruit. Which means not by what they say, not how they present, and not how they appear, but by what they produce over time. Because what is real, like diamond, can sustain itself and it can be proven. You can actually prove if something is a real diamond or not. Some other Bible verses that we have in the Bible, this one is not really diamonds, but this one is other jewels. Any moment now, hopefully. Okay, this thing is mad that I have too many pictures, so I'm going to have to remove them because it's getting mad at me. It's getting mad at me. Let's try it now. No, not video. Oh, snap, I picked the wrong button. Oh, snap-o-matic. Here we go. Proverbs 31:10. An excellent wife who can find. She is far more precious than jewels. Proverbs 31:10. So jewels can be precious. Diamonds can be precious. They're rare. We give them away to our spouses when we get married. They're one of the ultimate signs of love and affection. And if they're everywhere, they're not rare. So the real diamonds are not everywhere. They have to dig them deep, 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 deep down in the earth to even be able to get to them. So, let me see here. I'm sorry. I've never done one like this, and with all these pictures, it's kind of like lagging me a little bit. Where's the one with the pigs? Here we go. This one's one of my favorite. This one has to do with some of our piggies out here, because we want to play Piggy Piggy. Oh, come on. StreamYard wants to be a pain in the behind. Here we go. Come on. Either that or something just does not want me to get my message out, which is probably more likely what it is. If it doesn't want to pull up my picture, I can read it. There's always a way around. Yeah, see, they want to be a mess over here. Oh, goodness. You know what? Let's do this for a minute.
Waking up to a new sunrise, looking back from the other side. I can see now with open eyes, darkest water and deepest pain. I wouldn't trade it for anything, 'cause my brokenness brought me to you, and these wounds are a story you'll use. So I'm thankful for the scars, 'cause without them I wouldn't know your heart, and I know they'll always tell of who you are. So forever I am thankful for the scars. Now I'm standing in confidence, with the strength of your faithfulness, and I'm not who I was before. No, I don't have to fear anymore. So I'm thankful for the scars, 'cause without them I wouldn't know your heart, and I know they'll always tell of who you are. So forever I am thankful for the scars. I can see how you delivered me. In your hands, in your feet, I found my victory. I can see how you delivered me. In your hands, in your feet, I found my victory. I'm thankful for your scars, 'cause without them I wouldn't know your heart. And with my life I'll tell of who you are. So forever I am thankful. I'm thankful for the scars, 'cause without them I wouldn't know your heart, and I know they'll always tell of who you are. So forever I am thankful for the scars.
That is one of my favorite songs. And my trauma was brought up, and that's my go-to. Yes, I have things that have happened to me. I have scars. Sometimes that Band-Aid gets ripped off again. Those tears come out. But I'm thankful for my scars because they make me who I am today. They made me a strong person. They made me persevere, even in spite of adversity. So, move this. In Matthew 7, verse 6, it tells us, do not give dogs what is holy. Do not throw your pearls before pigs. This was Jesus's words. This verse warns against sharing sacred truths with those who have no appreciation of their value and may even react with disdain or hostility. In a spiritual analysis, this is wholly unrendered unholy. And this is precious, treated as worthless. Had you ever seen that verse before, Polly? Jesus spoke this right before I think the Sermon on the Mount, telling people what to do if you are having your faith thrown at you and how to deal with people who are trying to put religion and things in your face with their truth. Yes. It's been, I think I put it up about that. I put it up about it. Because I'm going to protect what is worthy and what is valuable. And for me, what is valuable is my peace. And I will protect my peace. It's been a while. That was the verse I was trying to get it to pull up a while ago. And I couldn't get it to come up. Let's see if this one does now. Let's see if this one will. Oh, here it is. Matthew 7, verse 16. You will recognize them by their fruits. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Matthew 7, verse 16. This is where are you going to go gather your fruit? What kind of fruit are you going to gather? You're going to get the good fruit or the bad fruit? Are you going to get hurt with the fruit? Risa, I know people make fun of this, but I really appreciate the Christian content. You know what? They wanted it. They wanted me to start doing more Christian content. So don't ever tell me what you want me to do, because sometimes I might actually do it just in spite. Sometimes I might actually do it just because I want to, and sometimes I'll just ignore you because you can't tell me what to do. But this is me. Y'all don't know me. You think you do. My church closed a few years ago. I haven't found a new one I feel safe in. I have a lot of religious trauma, cults, and it's hard. But thank you for this. So, Polly, what I can tell you, if you want to reach out with me privately, my parents' church, they live stream from their church. It might be one you might be interested in. And I've actually been thinking about live streaming from our church on my In Her Sandals page. I just haven't talked to my my pastors and stuff yet, the way I'm showing our singing as we do through church. I just haven't asked him yet about that part, if I could, because we have live streamed before. Back with the pandemic, we live streamed so people could see it. Like if it's something special, we live stream and we could just tell you, here's the time. If you want to go over here, you can see. And I've thought about live streaming just the music, even if it's not just the lesson. I'll ask about next week is Easter Sunday. Our pastors are fantastic. Well, I have two. One, his name is Cameron, and one, his name is John. And Cameron's a white dude, and he plays the guitar. And John is a big old buff black man, if you see him in my videos. And they are amazing people. I love my church. I love my church family. My husband is on the council at the church. We are heavily involved within our church group. And one thing I've always said is God uses us for a mission. And my mission in life is to teach people. And my mission in life with school is to teach kids to love them, because some of these kids don't get love anywhere else until they get to school. I can show them how an adult reacts whenever you do something wrong, how they should react, how you should behave, how somebody should be able to forgive you or to love you even if you made a mistake. And this is one of my key verses that is more my mission statement. I always say this is salt and light. Matthew 5:13 through 14. You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. And a lot of people don't know what this actually means. Salt does a lot of things chemically. Salt will preserve, and salt will protect what is good. But it also helps refine it in the process. And then light reveals the truth that cannot be hidden. But light is also what is necessary for life. If you don't have the light, you have no life. And I'm talking physical world. If you don't have sunlight, we have no life. And I'm talking spiritual world. If you don't have the light in God and Jesus, you don't have the life that was intended for you to live. And this is my mission statement. This has been my mission statement, to be the salt and be the light for people over here on YouTube. Disinfect, it'll break all the bacteria. Yep, sunlight is the best disinfectant. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, exactly. So salt will preserve things and refine things, and then light reveals it. I don't dim my light, and I will choose where I stand or where I kneel. The tears earlier, they were not for show. Those were real. Darcy brought up my trauma, my medical conditions questioned. That's a definite line that was crossed. Because trauma is not just a story. It lives in your body. It becomes part of your soul. And when trauma is not handled correctly, it can overwhelm you when you're not expecting it. When it's handled publicly and without care, that's cruel. And it doesn't feel like a conversation. It feels more like a slam. It's not even exposure. It's wrong. My life is not a talking point. When I was asked about my disability in that moment, it wasn't about curiosity, it was about pressure. Because we wanted to prove it wasn't real. I answered it anyway because I'm not ashamed. That does not make the question appropriate. Yes, I did choose to go up on the Goddesses panel, and that was on me. What was done in that moment, that was not on me. I wasn't bullied up there, but I wasn't given any space either. And when you try to hold it together in that kind of environment, sometimes something breaks through. That's where the tears came from. And they're not a weakness. That was the impact. It's because I'm a human who has experienced things that you don't understand. And you may never understand unless it's happened to you. In that moment, I had a choice. I could react or I could release. I went up there. I did the react. It was over. And I did the release. I went to my knees. I don't fight people. I go to God. It's part of my identity. And I want to show you something. I showed this book a little bit ago. I showed this book. Let me find my picture. I don't know if y'all remember her. She's a big Christian artist, Nicole C. Mullen. She wrote a book about her story. It's called My Redeemer Lives. It's personal, a story of hope for our time. I went to a conference, and she was the keynote speaker at this conference. And we got to listen to her sing like a little concert. And she autographed my book. And I got to meet her and tell her who I was and my name. And this is my actual book inside my book. I did edit just the Risa part to not have my full actual first name that I go by on there. But this is what she wrote. Risa, there is hope. My Redeemer lives. And she wanted me to make sure to remember Psalm 139 because she loved my name. She thought it was very, very creative. And then Job 19:25. So we're going to end out looking at those two verses. If I can find them. You know what? I don't think I pulled them up. Yes, I did. All right. So here is Psalm 139. And I know it is a small print for me. Let me pull it up over here on my screen so I can see it bigger because I do want to read it because it's pretty powerful. So, oh goodness, I made my screen way too big. Not that big. Psalms 139, verse 1. O Lord, you have searched me. This is a psalm of David, by the way, by King David. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You searched out my path and my lying down are not acquainted with all my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You hem me in behind and before, and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain it. Where shall I go from your spirit? Or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to the heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. That was a place. If I take the wings of the mornings and dwell in the uppermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand should hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night. Verse 12. Even in the darkness is not dark to you. The night is bright as day, for darkness is a light with you. For you have formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, and the days that were formed for me, when as yet there were none of them. Verse 17. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God! How vast is the sum of them! If I would count them, they are more than the sand. I awake, and I am still with you. Oh, that you would slay the wicked, O God! O men of blood, depart from me. They speak against you with malicious intent. Your enemies take your name in vain. Do I not hate those who hate you, O Lord? And do I not loathe those who rise against you? I hate them with complete hatred. I count them my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. And see if there are any grievous ways in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. So she put that down as one of the scriptures for me to remember when she signed my book. God is with us all the time, everywhere. We are never alone. Exactly. And she wanted to highlight the fearfully and wonderfully made part as well. She talked to me for a little bit. We sat there and talked about it. And then the other one is in Job. What did it say? Job 19:25. Hold on just a second, because I think I forgot to make this one. And she signed this, and she said I had a beautiful and unique name. And it's a special moment for me when I got to meet her. This was at Dallas at a women's conference of some kind in Dallas. It was really cool to get to meet Nicole C. Mullen. While I wait for this, I'm gonna play her song. No, that's not it. It was back here. Hold on. Had it out of order. You may remember these songs. They're kind of old, but if you don't listen to Christian music, you may not have, and you may have never heard it before. So this is Nicole C. Mullen's song that goes with her book she wrote.
Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who told the ocean you can only come this far? And who showed the moon where to hide till evening?
So you had heard that song before, Polly, just in Spanish? That's interesting that you'd heard it in Spanish. Hold on. Pause. Stop. I don't want to listen to it again. Now, you had never heard, you didn't hear it, but in Spanish? Okay. Did that one. So I really did get to meet her, and it was super cool that I got. Oh, you've only heard Spanish Christian music. Yeah, there is a different sect of that. There is. I know a lot of, that's why I post a lot of stuff on my channel, because people don't know it and they see it and they think it's cool. I have a lot of people who have been connecting with me saying they like the songs that I play, that they never heard it before. So the verse that goes with that is in Job. You know the story of Job. Job 19:25. For I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth. And if you know the story of Job, Job was going through the hardest life anybody could ever go through because of the Satan, and he was tormented, he was tortured, and he did not lose his faith. And even after everything he went through, he still proclaimed he knew who his Redeemer is, that his Redeemer lives, and that he will stand upon the earth. And that's where that song came from, this original scripture. I really do believe that God connects things before we understand them. And he uses all things for his glory. And let me see. Sorry, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. For I know that my Redeemer lives, and I sure hope you know your Redeemer lives too. And next week is Easter Sunday, which is when we remember the death, burial, and resurrection and the salvation that we receive through the cross with Jesus Christ, our Savior and our Lord. And I do want to make sure that everybody knows that God loves you, and I do too. I really do, even if it doesn't seem like I do. I don't hate people at all. I really don't have hate in my heart with things, but this stuff needs to stop. So what happened with Job is, in the middle of the chaos, he still had blind faith, and it was anchored faith. It was certainty, and that doesn't depend on the circumstances, and that's where I stand. And people don't understand me because I'm cut from a different cloth. And people don't understand Risa, and I get it, and it's okay. I'm a weirdo, and you can think what you want to think about me. I don't care. But I'm not what people say a lot of times. People like to lie out here. But one thing I definitely know is my Redeemer lives, and he lives in me. All right, let me make sure. Hi, RGM. How are you? I'm trying to feel so much anger towards an individual out here, but it's hard, and I'm working on it. I know, Polly, a lot of us have a lot of anger out here right now. A lot of us have a lot of anger about a lot of different things, and a lot of us have a lot of hurt about a lot of different things. We've been all hurt in different ways by different people, and some of it has been by the same people that we have been hurt by. I want to leave this verse. This is my favorite Bible verse, and it is my go-to whenever I've had a hard time or a hard day or a hard anything. This is 2 Corinthians 4, verse 16 through 18. So we do not lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light and momentary affliction is preparing us for an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal. This verse hits home to me because all we see is the trauma. All we see is the pain. What we don't see is heaven in the end, the spiritual realm, God fixing it for us. We don't see that part. And we've got to remember that He's there and He's taking care of it for us. And our light and momentary things, they're only for a short amount of time. What's eternal is what matters. The end game, going to heaven and being with our Lord one day, is what matters, and where our soul is going to end up. What's unseen, that's the eternal weight that we need to make sure we're focusing on. Not the present, not the craziness. You got to shift your focus onto what's really important, that unseen. Do you never seen that verse, Polly? See, I'm a wealth of knowledge. I actually went to Bible college. I took Bible classes. I got my teaching degree through a Bible college in Lubbock. So I've said a lot, and I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm not going to create more noise. This was to create clarity. And from this point forward, I will protect my peace. Not passively, but intentionally. So if somebody wants to say, where's Risa? Is she hiding? No, Risa is choosing not to engage with you because Risa does not want any of this. Risa's not going to deal with it because Risa doesn't have to. I'm not engaging in confusion. I'm not entertaining chaos. And I'm not going to explain myself with the things of Darcy beyond this moment. Because what I know is God is forming something for me. And that is what I'm going to protect. So when I release what doesn't belong to me, I move forward. And I'm about to start moving forward. I don't want any part of this nonsense. You're acting like 2-year-olds. I'm not doing it anymore. So Darcy, if you want to continue talking, you continue talking all you want, because you're going to sound like a lady who's obsessed with Risa, because Risa's not going to answer back. Risa doesn't have to, and Risa's not going to. I won't entertain it. I went to Catholic school and read the Bible a lot cover to cover, but of course I don't absorb it all. That's right. Risa, I loved that you talk in third person. I talk in third person all the time. I'm a weirdo. Actually, what it is I speak in formal register, and I'm a professional, and it's just the way it's just me. So yeah, Risa just talks about Risa. Polly thinks it's funny. A lot of people think it's funny, actually. Risa, can I ask you to keep me in your prayers, and I'll keep you? I will absolutely keep you in my prayers and unspoken. Absolutely. Any time you need it, I got your prayers. Because that's what I do. What is normal anyway? Nobody's normal. That's why I said everybody's weird in their own weird, wonderful way. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yes, I'll keep you in your prayers, absolutely. Do y'all like this as a live stream? I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and I just never have had a chance to sit down and do something like more religious-y. The thing is with the algorithm, true crime and religion are kind of two different things. So I just don't know. I mean, I've been thinking about doing one on our vineyard and about the passages with the vine and the branches and the fruit and planting and different things. I've looked into it and kind of prepped into it some, but I haven't got to that point yet. Plus, I've been super busy and I have a ton of projects. And then, like I told you, I don't go live when I have family time, when I'm with my family. Today I could. My kiddos are here. My son's doing homework. My other son's playing Xbox, and my husband had to go work with the cows. So I had time to sit here and do it. Yeah, on Sundays is what I've been thinking about this for a while. I need it on Sundays. I can start doing some of these kinds of things. It just takes a lot of prep. Yeah, I'm definitely. You know what? They told me they wanted me to make more Bible content, so I guess that's just what I'm gonna have to start doing, Polly. Because we sarcastically wanted to tell Risa that, so okay, Risa will make you Bible content. It's my first time here, and I've been here for about 5 minutes, but I do enjoy what I've heard so far. Thank you. I mean, you can listen to the whole thing. It started in a different place. This was kind of two parts. I've been addressing some of the issues that have been going on at the very beginning of this. Polly, thank you. I'll keep you in mind as well. What are you laughing at? What's so funny? What did I miss? That's funny, Polly. Gosh. So here is Risa's song. This is what I want. Past here. I have to mute my mic so I don't sing to the songs while it's going. Yeah, God, turn this around. Turn it around. Turn it around. That's our prayer. This whole situation. Turn it around. Everything out here on YouTube. Turn it around. So, I do have, if you don't know it, because somebody wanted to go and be a sneaky snake and strike my live stream, you may not know about my other channel. Let me show you here where to find it if you are, stop that. Wrong button. Remove that. Today is Palm Sunday. Yep, today was Palm Sunday. Let me share. Here is my other channel if you would like to go and be a subscriber to it. If I do a lot of Bible stuff, I may do it over here just because it's a different niche. The algorithm is really weird, so I don't know how I want to do it. That's what my whole back and forth thought process. But I have some videos here that I've already done. I'm working on another one. I'm going to try to have it done maybe by next week, by the end of next week. But I have some Bible stories over here, and I have some shorts. I also have these shorts on my channel as well, but I have a playlist, and if it's a song like that, I drop it in my playlists in here. So if it's something you like, I will go drop those songs in the worship music playlist, and you can have a playlist to play in your car if you want to. And I also have a worship list that is in different languages because I use music from like in Hebrew instead of in English in my videos. So there are a playlist of songs where it's in Hebrew or different, like what they would have actually sung in biblical times. So that's over there on my other channel if you are interested in that. And I will go drop these songs I've been playing over there. Hold on, let me go back. Blah, 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 blah. I'll be here. You'll be here next week. We can do it next week. Oh, yes. Today is Palm Sunday. Next week's Resurrection Sunday. I'll sub. I'm already subbed to one of those. Yep, with the palms. Can you drop the link for that channel? I just clicked off of it. Are you serious, Polly? Now you ask me after I clicked off of it. I can. I've been more on Just Risa than on In Her Sandals because that's just where I started and where I've made connections. But I'm trying to get this one going. Like I said, it's just a different niche where I can have like Bonnie and Clyde and more of the commentary, any of that kind of stuff on Just Risa, but then have the religious content over there. Polly, it's funny because Vampy actually told me about Risa. Then she was on her panel yesterday. I know I was there, but I didn't let any of that affect my thoughts on Risa because I give everybody a fair shake. Thank you for that. Thank you for giving me a fair shake. Not everybody does. And I get I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I get that I made mistakes in my journey with YouTube, but I mean, thank you. God works in mysterious ways. LMAO. I'm preaching to the choir. You can preach to the choir all you want over here. And there's my link right there at In Her Sandals. I wanted it to be a modern day vision of biblical women based on their culture and how that ties into the story and really envelop that story really deep. And that was my goal coming out here on YouTube in the first place. Wasn't to do all of this. When we fall short of the glory of God, so I don't expect Yep, all fall short of the glory of God. My saying is, it's not the fall that defines you, it's how you rise after the fall. It's kind of my life phrase. It's not the fall that defines you, it's how you arise after. So this is a song, if anybody needs it.
Every anxious thought that steals my breath, it's a heavy weight upon my chest. As I lie awake and wonder what the future will hold, help me to remember that you're in control. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. I will lift my eyes, I will lift my cares, lay them in your hands, I'll leave them there. When the wind and waves are coming, you shelter me. Even though I'm in the storm is not in me. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. I will fear no more. I will fear no more. No power can come against me, 'cause you have overcome. No darkness can overwhelm me, 'cause you've already won. No power can come against me, 'cause you have overcome. No darkness can overwhelm me, 'cause you've already won. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. 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 I will fear no more.
You saw the Afters in concert? That'd be super cool. I have a testimony story with this song. This song means a lot to me, and someday in the near future I might do my testimony on a Sunday, and it's very, very, very powerful. But this song means a whole lot to me. But I've never seen them in concert. That's super cool. Who who I saw in concert was sorry. I saw Mercy Me in concert 2 weeks before I Can Only Imagine dropped. And they played it for us before it even hit the radio waves. This was in 2001, I believe. And got to see them like before they went platinum. Like within a month or two, they were platinum. And I've seen a whole bunch of bands, but that one meant a lot because it was like right before they went big. They were saying like, this is our new album and we don't know how it's going to come, and we're very excited about it, and we're going to play our new song for it. And then I Can Only Imagine, You know what song? You know what song I'm talking about? I guess you do since you said, "Oh wow." I'd have to go find it. I'll go find it right now because I'm about to wrap up. But yeah, it was super cool to get to see them. And then not too long ago in August, my husband and my boys, we went to a concert in Lubbock. I live in Texas in Lubbock area, and we got to see Jeremy Camp, Jay Long, and KB. So I have some videos and some shorts and stuff from when we got to see them. I worked in a Christian bookstore many years ago, and I worked mainly in the music department. Did you work at like Mardell, or was it a different one? 'Cause we have Mardell here. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different kinds. My husband is the musician with our church. If you look at the shorts that I have on my channel, yeah, Jeremy Camp. I love Jeremy Camp. Um, I love Jeremy Camp. It was a local store. If you look at the shorts that I have, my husband is a big old giant tall guy, and he plays the drums or he'll play the keyboard at our church. He's a musician, and then we own a piano store. He's a musician, and we sell pianos. KB is where you live. That's cool. I really liked his. It was so fun. There was like this little 80-year-old dude doing the church clap. It was hilarious. It was so much fun. What part of the country or world do you live in, if you don't mind sharing? You don't have to say like exact, but I said I'm in Texas. Well, I'm on the west side of Texas near Lubbock. Yeah, it was hilarious. A little 80-year-old dude doing it. Tampa, Florida. I've not been to Tampa. I've been to Orlando. But I've not been to Tampa. I've been to the Orlando area. So, yeah. Oh, it was a blast. We had a blast with my kids. My son came home with Jeremy Camp drumsticks and all that jazz. So anyway, yay. Thank you guys for chilling with me and talking Jesus with me. Usually people don't want to talk Jesus with me. They actually want to make fun of me for talking Jesus. Because they want to throw shade to that's their shade is on the Christian girl. I need to go and run and read my Bible. I'm like, y'all actually don't realize that's a compliment for y'all to say that to me, because that means you see that I'm a Christian and I'm deeply devout in my religion. You're actually complimenting me, not insulting me by making comments about my religion and about my views. Just kind of funny. All right. Hold on. Now, one last song that we're going to wrap up with, because we cannot do something about diamonds and not include Rihanna.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful.
universe as we moonshine and Mali. Feel the warmth, we'll never die. We're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see. A vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. At first sight, I felt energy of surrender. I saw the life inside you shine bright tonight. You and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. So shine bright tonight. You and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye.
So, had to include Rihanna before we ended because, it's all about the diamonds, sparkling like the diamonds over here today. So I just have a few more things and then we're going to wrap up. At the end of all of this, I stand on what I know. My Redeemer lives. And because of that, I don't have to fight for understanding. I don't have to defend my identity. And I don't have to sit in spaces that don't honor it either. And I'm protecting my peace because God is refining it in me. And I will not trade that for noise. I'm not over here because I want attention. I'm over here because I want attention for God. And because I want to call out some of the things that I've seen out here that were very, very, very wrong. My channel's not about me. My channel's about something different. And I'm not going to trade that just for noise. So I'm going to release all of this and I'm going to move forward. And I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to protect my peace because peace doesn't argue and it doesn't chase and peace doesn't perform. Yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah. I'm not going to move into spaces where I'm going to be attacked. And I am not going to go up and react or be called up on somebody's live stream like I'm a dog. You don't call out Risa to come up on the live stream, even when I'm not even there. This weird behavior, I want no part of. I don't have a part of it. I know very, very little about some people's lives. And they apparently are very obsessed with me because they know a whole lot about mine, or at least they think they do. And then they try to twist it into something that's not reality. It's a game. It's a game they play out here, trying to twist truth. Twist truth to make their own reality. So I don't know why.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Some people are so obsessed with me. But this is the last I'm going to speak on all of this. I'm going to end this out. I'm going to look at doing some of these Christian things now that I know people might actually watch. And I'm going to do another Holy Week. I put one out on Friday. That was like a part 1. I don't think I changed the thumbnail yet. It was some of the content I've already made and in some more depth than what actually is on there. And then I'm going to do another one of those possibly tomorrow because this is Holy Week. And I'm working on a bunch of different projects, but it's not going to be all of this junk because this is not where I'm going to put my energy or my time. It's not where I'm going to put my energy or time. So, yeah, amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening. I very, very much appreciate listening with an open mind. A lot of people don't do that, and they go off of what the other people say that's not always accurate, or they take it and they try to twist. So I really do really appreciate you giving me the opportunity. Let's put it that way. And I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I never will be. There will always be somebody out here that will hate you. That's just the way it is on YouTube. There will always be a hater. There will always be a troll. You're always a troll to somebody else. They're always a troll to you. It's just the way that the YouTube game works. It's a game. And I'm not playing the game anymore. I'm making my content and I'm moving forward. And that's it. No problem. That is true. It's a game. I mean, it's a game. And I'm not playing the game. I've played the game a little bit. I'm not going to anymore. And what I want to make is content that's evergreen, that I can have up and people will want to go search and watch for a long time, not a drag fest on somebody that's over in a week. That's why I'm making Bonnie and Clyde true crime stories. That's why I'm making these biblical women's stories. I'm also working on some education stuff because I am a teacher. I'm narrating a book. And if I want to make actual money on YouTube, I wouldn't make it here. I don't want to be monetized here. Or with religious, I don't want to be monetized for religious stuff. A, I can't use the music I want to use because it's copywritten. And then B, it's not about the money. But if I want to make money on YouTube, it would be with educational content. So I'm working on some types of educational content. Or possibly down the road, maybe that might be a goal. But at the moment, I just enjoy making things. I enjoy creating video editing. And if you want to know how to do this stuff, ask me. I'll tell you. I will show you. I have no problem, but it does take time and it does take money. This is a hobby. I'm not monetized. I have never asked for Cash App. I have never asked for PayPal. I have never asked for money. I haven't gotten a dime, and I've been out here for a year and a half. That's not what I'm about. And some people just don't know me yet. So I'm glad you got to kind of listen a little bit. I'm glad you caught me. I don't go out live all the time either. My schedule's very varied. I do get to go and start car shopping some next week, so I'm very excited. I'm about to buy me a new car, and I need to know what new car I need to buy. So if you guys have a suggestion of a new car that Risa needs, you tell me what kind of car I need to go look at, because I get to go look at new cars next week. Yeah, my transmission in my car blew in June, and I've been loaned a car from my parents. I've been driving since June. But once our taxes go through and we see how much money we might get back, or if we owe money on taxes and that kind of thing, is what we're waiting on before we can really go and say, okay, here we go. But we're ready to buy Risa a new car because mine bit the bucket. Toyota's dependable. I've been looking at Kia, but I went last week and I looked at Kias. I was looking at Kia, but I'm going to go in the afternoons this next week in the evenings and try to go new car shopping. There's a car lot right by my school too, so, and go over there. I went last week to another town where my husband did some business with the car dealership. So he sent me down there to talk to them at the Kia dealership because that's where he did business with. They bought a piano for us from us for their showroom. So anyway, random stories about me. Alrighty. I think I'm spent for the day. I'm tired. And yeah, it's been a long day. So with this, I think we're going to wrap up. This is your girl, Just Risa. Kia makes nice cars. I was looking at K5, a Sportage, and a Celto. Those are I want small car, small something. But so that's what I was looking at those three the other day. But I get to go and like look more next week and next couple weeks. Anyways, with that, this is your girl Just Risa. I will catch you guys on the flip somewhere out here in this great big old YouTube verse. Everybody have a great morning, evening, afternoon, or night. We are all doing one of the four somewhere out in this great big old world. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging around with me. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. And we'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.